it's been a while. It's Kerry here with you today. So last time we did a video, Mum was up here for Christmas, and then we've been absent since then. Nothing too terrible's happened or anything like that. It's just life got in the way. Cats have been sick and the dog's been sick and we've been sick and all of that sort of stuff, and all of a sudden it's April. So what better way to get back into doing some crafting videos than to participate in Margaret and Tony's ABC April Challenge. I did participate last year. It was really good fun. So I thought I'd have another go. I don't know if I'll get to do every day. That's my plan, but you know, we'll see how we go. It's a long time since I've done a video. I might do one and go, oh my God, it's too hard. But anyway, you can probably hear my dog Ralph. He's desperate for me to throw the stick. I just thought I'd step outside and put my face out there so that you guys know that I'm still around. And I think we'll head inside and participate in the first challenge. And sorry, Ralph is desperate for me to throw the stick. It will be A for acrylic. So I'll see you inside. We're back inside at the craft table, and we're going to be making some of these acrylic charms. Now I have got some pieces of acrylic. These are offcuts from industry, and I managed to score some, and they just come in different shapes. These ones are sort of the long rectangular or rounded rectangular ones, and then I've got some round ones like these. And they've been laser cut. I can actually cut this stuff on my laser, but it gets quite fumey, so I prefer not to. But it's got like a protective coating on both sides so that if it gets scratched or damaged or whatever, it's not actually damaging the front face of the acrylic. So these are really quick and easy to make, and you can use any imagery that you like. I have chosen to use some of the vintage people, and I've done a little bit of preparation because you do need to let them dry. So I'll just pop these over to the side. So I've just printed out these two pages, and I've gone ahead and I've stuck down some of their pieces onto my faces. So I'll show you how I've done it. So I'll pick a round one. Now you've got to make sure that you peel the protective layer off before you glue it down, otherwise you'll have the cloudy layer and it'll probably peel off over time anyway. So I'm just going to peel that off. Now I'm using art glitter glue, and I'm just going to pop a little bit onto the surface, possibly. And then I'm just going to use my finger to sort of tap it round so I'm getting a thin, even coat over the whole surface. And I don't want too much. If you've got too much and you've printed your images with an inkjet printer, it could affect the quality of your image. But I do want to make sure that it is covering the whole surface, and I'll show you why in a sec. Alright, so pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to pick my image, line her face up somewhat, and then press it down. Now, if you have a piece of foam or something that you can put underneath, it just helps to press it down a little bit sort of more firmly, because you don't want any big globs of glue to create any air bubbles. So I'm just going to turn it over, and then I sort of just smooth it from the inside out. It doesn't matter if the glue does ooze out, we'll deal with that later. And then you need to let that dry thoroughly. So I'm just going to cut this one here. This is one that I did earlier. And this one. So once your image has dried onto the acrylic, now I'm using these acrylic tiles. If you can't access this, you could try it with acetate. It would probably work the same with acetate if your acetate was firm enough. If it was too flimsy, it's kind of a little bit defeats the purpose, because this gives them a sort of a nice rigid feel. So I'm just cutting around my charm to get the excess paper off. And then I've got just a little sanding block here, so I'm going to sand down against the edge of the acrylic block, and it will just leave me with a nice flush edge all the way around. Alright, so now I have my images with a nice flush edge, and I don't really want this bright stark white appearance on the back here. So I'm just going to bring in my ink. I think it's Scorched Timber, I can't read it anymore, it's brown anyway. And I'm just going to rub the back of my ink pad. And then I'm just going to blend that in with my ink blending tool. And I don't mind if it's not even, I think it just adds to the sort of distressed look of it. Now if you wanted to, you could stamp something on the back or even stick another image on it. Okay, so once my images are prepared, I have a little Dremel tool, and I've just gone and drilled a tiny hole, hopefully you can see that, in each one. It goes all the way through to the back there. So I won't do that with these ones because I already have these ones here. And I've still got my protective coating on the front of this one here. So now that I'm ready to assemble my charm, I'm going to peel that protective coating off. And then I've just gathered some scrappy bits of fabric, tea-dyed fabric, and bits out of my scrap box, and a little piece of this fluffy trim. So I'm just going to layer these pieces up in no particular order other than I like the way it looks. Something like that. Yep, that'll work. Then I'll pop my charm onto my bulb pin and then thread all my bits and pieces through. Actually, before I do that, I do have a piece of chain here somewhere. Nope, never mind. But you could dangle anything else that you want off it, a little bit of chain, some broken jewellery, some beads. There we go. And I think they look super cute. And you could just pin them to the side of a journal on the spine, or have them as a dangle from a page tab or something. And then just to make them more presentable for the shop, I popped them on these little cards here. So first of all, I popped a pin in like this. So if you were doing market stalls or selling at a craft market or an Etsy shop or whatever, having things presented nicely certainly helps with selling items. So there we go. And I think she looks very pretty. Now, if you don't adhere your paper properly to the back, a couple of different things. This one I actually sprayed with water, and I'm not sure if you can see, but it's actually some of the edges of the picture have rubbed off, so it's kind of clear around the edges here, and I don't dislike that. I think that's kind of cool. And if I turn it over, you can still see him looking a bit distressed from the back there as well, which I think is also kind of cool. But I think I'll need to seal this, so that it doesn't continue to rub off. So I'll probably just use some varnish or maybe even some resin or clear nail polish or something. And then this one here, so it wasn't adhered properly around the edges and some water has gotten in between the image and the acrylic. So it's given it that sort of water stained appearance. And again, I don't mind it because it's supposed to look old and grungy, but if it was like a pristine image of a butterfly or a mushroom or something and you didn't want it to look grungy, then the water would be a bit of an issue. So just make sure that if you are adhering them down, that they are adhered all the way down around the edges. So anyway, that is my take on the first challenge for ABC April, hosted by Tony and Margaret. I will pop links down below in the description box to both of the ladies' channels. Hopefully I will be able to keep up with it and get some more videos out for this challenge. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you again next time. Bye. You want me to throw the stick, Ralph? Yeah? We should get the stick. You ready? You ready? Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.